When you're looking at the American middle class today, which many would say is dissolving and really challenged, what is the single biggest problem that you see facing middle class Americans today?
Education. I think that the most important way to move the needle on the lower income part of the scale in this country is to create opportunity for that population. I think it's incredibly important to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to work hard. You know, I think the phrase income inequality is really not what we mean, because I don't think everyone believes that all Americans should have the same exact income. I mean, should all Americans have the same exact income? No, I don't think so, because it should be based on performance. And so if we all have the same exact opportunity, then we have an opportunity to work hard and earn money and climb the scale of prosperity. And you know, depending on your performance and how hard you work and your skill set and who you are in terms of your strength and capacity, then you should be able to, you know, rise that scale. But I think it should be equal opportunity. And I think, unfortunately, some of us are not given the opportunity to have the education that's required. I mean, today I speak with CEOs and managers of businesses all the time, and they tell me, we want to hire jobs, but we can't find the people who have the skills that are required for the jobs that we need. So I think we all need to remember that education should be an ongoing thing in our lives. You know, you don't want your doctor to stop getting educated. You want your doctor to be able to have the best medicines at his or her fingertips. Why do we stop learning at a certain point?
You've also been a big advocate of financial literacy in this country, a big proponent of Americans continuing to have a closer relationship and more knowledge around the topic. How in your career have you seen that evolve in the past 20 years?
Well, I think it has evolved quite a bit. I mean, when I first got into the business, the idea of financial literacy really had not gained traction. And I think one of the biggest themes that I first was able to cover and participate in was the empowerment of the individual investor. The individual was feeling like they had the tools to arm themselves with the right information to make their own financial decisions. So people have become smarter about their financial lives and about money issues, but we need a lot more. I think as young people, we need to have a better grasp of very simple, you know, basic tenets like, you know, don't take on too much debt, like, you know, save. People do not save enough money. And I think these are the kinds of issues that start at home. It started at home for me. When I was a child, my mother would say to me, how much change have you been saving in the jar? You want an ice cream cone, well, how are you going to pay for it? All of these little, you know, sort of signposts that my mom set in place for me really set the tone. You know, she used to start, I don't know if you remember, a Christmas club, but she used to do a Christmas club at the local bank where I would see her squirrel away money every 2 weeks from her job to put into this Christmas club for me, and then in November she would give me this check. And I was able to buy my family and friends presents because I had this Christmas club check. That went so long, I mean, that went such a long way for me because it taught me that if you save enough, you'll actually build up savings and then have some money to work with. These are the kinds of very basic things that we all have to teach our children. And so it does start at home. And so the onus is on the mother and father to actually try to instill these basic things in children. But we also have to encourage financial literacy because this will help the country, this will help as we get older on some of the big issues that we face today as a government and as a country.